बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली रब्बी ज़िदनी इल्मा। Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to AppSex online support program, and this is the lecture for second year physics. Today is the second lecture of chapter number 14, electromagnetic induction. And today's contents are Lenz's law, right hand rule, and induced EMF and its types. So this is the animated video of Lenz's law. As we have discussed first lecture of chapter number 14 about Faraday's law, so again I am revising it, that what is Faraday's law. In Faraday's law we have discussed that if there is a changing magnetic flux, then the rate of change of magnetic flux is directly proportional to induced EMF. Now what is induced EMF? As you can see in this figure, in this video, that there is a coil, and this coil is basically depending upon the flux linkage, because flux linkage is equal to N phi, where N is the number of turns of this coil and phi is the magnetic flux. Now this coil is linking to the galvanometer and without any external source of current. But as you can see that this bulb is glowing on and off. So if it glows on and off, it means there is some current that is flowing in that wire. Now why this current is flowing and from where this current is coming, it is because of the relative movement of this bar magnet, this permanent magnet, into the or towards the coil or away from the coil. If this permanent magnet has its own magnetic field, so when this magnetic field interacts with the coil, the electrons of this coil will start moving under the influence of this magnetic field, and because of this movement of electrons in this coil, there induces an EMF, a potential difference, and because of this potential difference there is an induced current. So this is basically the whole phenomena of Faraday's law. So now next thing is that you are seeing that when this bar magnet is moving towards the coil, the current deflection is showing towards the right side, whereas when it stop moving, instantly the current shows zero deflection in the galvanometer. Similarly, when this bar magnet is moving away from the coil, the deflection of current is showing on the negative side. So it means that there is some influence on the direction of current as well. Lenz's law. It is a convenient method for determining the direction of an induced EMF or current. So the definition of induced EMF will be: the induced current will flow in such a direction so as to oppose the cause that produces it. So basically we have to consider the figure first. Now this is the coil which is connected with galvanometer, and when the north side of this permanent magnet is moving towards this coil, you can see automatically there is a north pole on the left side of this coil, whereas the deflection of current is showing in the positive direction. So what these north faces will do, they repel each other, and in the result of this repulsion, the bar magnet will move away from the coil. On the other hand, if it is moving away from the coil, due to the reverse direction of current, which is because of this induced EMF or the cause which produces it, automatically because of the direction of this current that is reversing now, there is a south pole creating on the left side of this coil. So because of these opposite poles, the coil attracts the magnet. So eventually this process continues, that in the first figure the same poles will appear on the left side of the coil or on the adjacent side of the coil, and on the other hand when the magnet is moving away from that coil, then opposite poles will appear to attract. So basically this is Lenz's law, in which this induced current will flow in such a direction so as to oppose the cause that produces it. Now what is the cause here? The cause is that increasing flux. What is increasing flux? Like if I am moving this bar magnet towards this coil, as we know already that the number of magnetic lines of forces are stronger near the bar magnet. So maximum number of forces or magnetic forces are moving towards this coil. So there is the flux changing. So flux changing towards the increasing value. So that is why this same sizes or same poles or will appear on the coil, so to oppose the cause that produces it. So in the present case, the cause of this induced current is increasing magnetic flux. So induced current will set up magnetic flux that opposes the increase in flux through the coil. Now how can we understand that there is a north pole on that coil and a south pole on that coil? It is easily determined with the help of right hand rule, and I will tell you the right hand rule in the next slide. So Lenz's law and conservation of energy. Lenz's law is a consequence of law of conservation of energy. When north pole of magnet is approaching the coil, the induced current will flow in the coil in such a direction that left hand face of the coil becomes north pole. The result is that the motion of magnet is opposed. The mechanical energy spent in overcoming the opposition is converted into electrical energy. The opposition is converted into electrical energy, which appears in the coil. Thus, Lenz's law is consistent with the law of conservation of energy, that the energy remains conserved. Either there is a source of repulsion or attraction between the poles and the coil. Fleming's right hand rule. So you have already familiar with this right hand rule, whereas we have to stretch the fingers, the two fingers and the thumb perpendicular to each other. The first finger or the index finger will point in the direction of magnetic field. The second finger will point in the direction of current, and the thumb, it points in the direction of force or the direction that conducting wire moves. So basically it is direction of force. Induced EMF. By Faraday's law, whenever a conductor is placed in varying magnetic field, EMF is induced in the conductor, and this EMF is called induced EMF. Why I am saying it is induced EMF? Because there is no physical contact between these bar magnets and coil. So whenever there is no direct physical contact, the term which is used is known as induction. There are two types of induced EMF: dynamically induced EMF and statically induced EMF. Dynamically induced EMF. When a conductor is moved in a stationary magnetic field, so basically in the start of this chapter we have studied various tricks to produce this induced EMF. Either we can move the coil around a stationary magnet, or number two, we can move the magnet around a stationary coil. So basically these two are the kinds of induced EMFs. In the first dynamically induced EMF, there is a stationary magnetic field and the conductor is moving around that magnetic field in such a way that the flux linkage or linking it changes in the magnitude. Then the EMF is induced in this way is called dynamically induced EMF. So for dynamically induced EMF, the examples are like generator. So generator, there is a moving coil in the presence of a stationary magnetic field. Statically induced EMF. In statically induced EMF, there is a conductor that is stationary and magnetic field is moving or changing. Then induced EMF is known as statically induced EMF. So this is the behavior of transformer. This is a figure of dynamically induced EMF in which you can see that there is a permanent magnet and this is a coil. This is DC generator and this is alternator AC generator. So there is a huge difference between these two and we will discuss about these inshallah in the coming topics. So initially for the concept of dynamically induced EMF, you can see that this is the coil and it is continuously moving or varying its direction in the presence of this magnetic field. So this is the example of dynamically induced EMF. This is a figure of a transformer where these windings are representing the primary and secondary windings, and you can see that there is some magnetic flux that is linking in these coils. So there is an inside or input voltage supply and this is the output voltage supply of the secondary windings. So in this whole scenario, this conductor, they are statically or they are in stationary position, whereas this magnetic flux is changing due to the input supply. So in this case, the magnetic field is changing in the presence of a stationary conductor. So this is the example of statically induced EMF, and for this term mutually induced EMF, this will be discussed in the coming slides inshallah. So this is all for today, a very small and brief lecture. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.